Listen to how I sound. I sound echoey and like I'm...
Yeah.
Like,
okay, that's how she sounded last time.
Okay, but you all sound...
That's the whole point of hearing this, is you can hear when there's problems.
Well, I just thought if I could hear her.
As she sounds.
Also, I thought I sounded louder because I was in my body. So I thought I had like the level of the mic and then also my personal experience.
Even if that's the truth, we still need to fix it because this is what the audience hears. So if you guys sound way different, then that's still bad, regardless if it's your body.
Hi, this is Caitlin.
And this is Sharon.
And welcome to Real Housewives on Real Housewives, where we unravel housewives' story threads and keep the tea flowing.
So chic.
Hold on to your snowflakes.
This is episode 15 of season 3 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And this is our wrap-up episode.
I can't believe we're at the wrap-up episode. It feels like it went really fast,
doesn't it? Yeah. And I love Salt Lake.
Me too. So it's like
we know no one else does, but we like
I don't care what social media says.
Yeah.
We love it. Yeah, I'm sad to see it kind of wrapping up. I want them to get right on it. Get that next season out.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with our favorites, and then we'll end with tasting Vida tequila. So
I'm excited.
If you make it through the episode, that's
hear
your reward. You get to hear us drink tequila. You're welcome. All right, who's your favorite housewife of the season?
For me, it was Whitney, and it's just because I just liked her. I felt like I was always rooting for her.
Yeah,
like when she was with someone, I wanted her to come out on top.
Yeah, when I wrote Whitney too, because I felt like if Whitney wasn't in a scene, I wanted Whitney to be in a scene. I know Lisa's one of our favorites, so I felt kind of bad not choosing Lisa, but Lisa was just such a calming force this season that she didn't stand out as much as Whitney did. I still enjoyed her. And honestly, I loved the friendship between Lisa and Whitney together. So that was enjoyable. It's like putting two favorites together. Yeah. I loved that. I loved when they hung out with their kids. I loved when they were just together talking. Like it just felt way more normal and natural than I would have thought of those two together.
And I do just think Whitney is one of the more relatable housewives.
I agree.
As far as like being like a housewife, we have kids, we take them to school. She seems the most relatable to me.
Yeah, I agree. For some reason, her lifestyle seems more normal in a way. Who's your least favorite housewife of the season?
Okay. So I wanted to pick like Heather because she annoyed me, even though she cracks me up at times.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have to pick Jen because she stole money from old people.
I kind of forgot Jen was a choice. I wrote Heather with a big exclamation point.
Of course Jen's the worst. Now who's the worst housewife?
Of course, who am I going to pick? I thought that was a given. No, Jen is obviously the worst. But I didn't. I wrote Heather. But I think you're right. There's something about Heather, though, that still makes me want to watch it. Like,
exactly.
Even though I hate her, I don't want them to take her away.
Well, I don't.
But I do want them to take Jen. I don't
like how she acted. But I think Heather can be very funny.
She is.
She can be mean, but she can also be funny.
She brings something that is still like necessary to the show. I don't think that Jen brought anything necessary this season except for drama that it was the same drama we'd seen before. And then it was also, we just all felt like she was lying all season.
Exactly.
That's how I'm going to say it.
Yeah, it gets tiring listening to her. I'm in the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's just like we've heard that song and dance. I'm over it.
Oh, I would, if we could go into including the Friends of, I would say Angie H, actually.
Oh, yeah. She is probably worse. She wants it so bad that it's like, like when men say that like women... Like, don't call right after the date. It's like Angie, like, don't call right after the date. Like, she wants it so bad, I don't want her to have it.
Bravo's just not that into you, Angie.
That is 100% what it is.
Put it down.
Because honestly, when she kind of showed up in season 2, I thought for a second maybe I could like her.
I know. I was going back and looking at some stuff with her, I was like, oh, wow, she's really beautiful. And it was funny because I was like, I had never thought of her as beautiful because I just dislike her so much. But then when I saw like still pictures of her, I was like, oh, I like that dress, or whatever.
Right. When we were looking back at the outfits, there was a couple times I thought that's really pretty. Oh, I don't want to like that. It's on Angie H. Next. Which housewife friend of would you want to see promoted to a housewife?
I do like Dana, definitely. But also Angie K. I feel like she's grown on me.
I think as we've delved into a lot of the scenes and everything, she is, I think she can stand on her own. I think she was kind of getting her feet in how to do that, but I believe that she can. I think she can bring it, and I think she brings something different than Deanna brings. I'd like to see both as well.
Yeah, I feel like Deanna is more strong and stands up, whereas Angie K might be a little more gossipy.
Yeah. And it's also kind of like that, like classroom thing where you feel bad when there was like 2 Seans and they had to be Sean D and Sean Q or whatever. And it's like,
or like The Bachelor.
Right, exactly. That's what it's like.
Olivia R and Olivia.
Exactly. I don't want 2 Angies. Like, I just, it's too confusing.
It is.
We just need one Angie and the Angie is K. And end of subject. H, bye-bye. H is off. Okay, what was your best moment?
Okay, when Heather wakes up in bed. They had been drinking, and she wakes up the next day, and she's kind of like, "Oh, where am I?" Kind of hungover, and then she's like looking around her, looking at herself in bed, and she's got like candy all over her, and in bed, and she's like picking up candy. It's
like a movie theater. Like,
I just love it. That's like, she's like, you know, like when you used to drink and then you go get Taco Bell or something. It was something like that.
It was totally like that. But with candy, which makes it
even better.
And didn't like some of them had like spilled out in her bed a little bit. It felt very normal.
I know.
My favorite moment was at the reunion. So I loved, like, I was just cheering from my couch seat when they pulled up in the Sprinter van. Like, for one thing, that is revolutionary to a reunion. So that's just amazing. And then Andy kind of did my line, because we'd been saying under Beverly Hills, like, what happened in that Sprinter van? And Andy's like, what happened in that Sprinter van? I want to know. And I was like, I said that. me too. You stole my catchphrase. I also just love the reunion because we both said, why are the dresses of an orange hue?
Oh,
I still maintain it was a prison orange.
Is that just like a huge dig at Jen?
I think so.
Is that so passive aggressive?
Yep.
Because they didn't say anything about it. So that's like super passive aggressive.
I just feel like it has
hey guys,
to be. It's too obvious not to be,
because
in a way.
Who wears orange? Like, if you were going to go buy a dress, is orange one of the last colors you would probably
unless it's Halloween, you're not going to see me in orange. That's just how I feel. And I don't think it was Halloween.
Yeah,
what was your worst moment?
For me, it's weird. When Jen had to leave their vacation they were all on to go deal with legal stuff, and Meredith and Lisa felt very emotional because, you know, their friend was in trouble, and they gave each other a really long hug. Like, they kind of really appreciated each other and their friendship and saw what was important. And it was such a nice moment, and it, like, genuine to me.
Yeah,
that it's the worst because it didn't go anywhere. It makes me sad to think about it.
It was a miss for them. Like, it was the moment where maybe they could have made up, but then they went the opposite direction. Yeah, for me, it was Jen spilling the champagne on Angie K. Like, it was a bullying moment. Everyone was afraid to call her out. It made me so uncomfortable, and it made me mad because I just feel like this is a lot of the problem in general, that we're all afraid to speak up for things. And that it just, people like Jen are just going to continue to walk all over people and make them feel bad. And I just hated it because I guess I just felt like I could feel myself in Angie K's body in that moment. I could feel the embarrassment. I could feel the shame. I could feel the, like, why is everyone silent and not saying anything? And then Jen just being like, trying to brush, I was just joking. I was just kidding. Like, no, you weren't. I hated that moment. It just made me uncomfortable.
It was super uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I don't want to go from worst to best. So let's go from worst moment to worst outfit. I feel like those were both very deep worst moments for us. I can't go to best outfit.
Yeah, you go.
Just can't. Okay, so worst outfit for me was Heather's reunion look. I called it the ugly leather couch dress, and I'm standing by it. I hate it. I hate that it's only on one shoulder. It was Rhea Costa. The color was bad. I felt like you could genuinely, you know when leather makes that squeaky noise between your legs when you sit on it? I felt like that as she walked, the dress was probably like,
that makes me feel like
it's awful. Like, just it was a cringy dress, and the shoes didn't match. They were gold with bows, but they weren't the same color as the ugly leather couch dress.
Oh, I didn't even notice shoes.
The shoes were awful because they were also like these little bow. It's like they were these delicate shoes with ride or die leather dress. It made no sense. I don't know who styled her, but I don't like it. And I also hated, I guess it's just Heather for me across the board. I feel bad saying that, but she had like this stitched together purple and black sweater dress in the Trials and Tribulations episode. It was a Bottega that looks broken. There's this part that's like purple under her armpit, and it looks like she didn't know how to wrap the dress. Like maybe the dress isn't that bad, but
I actually remember that.
What was yours? Is it Heather too?
Okay, one of them is Heather, but first, my main worst one, Lisa's Balenciaga pajamas. Now, they're not pajamas.
Oh, yeah,
but they look like pajamas.
Yeah.
They were like the silky, long
She wore them, was it to
shirt
Brooks fashion show, I think?
Something like that, I think. And oh my gosh, I just thought it was
I could see
awful.
that like on a beach, maybe on like a yacht.
See, I can't even see it there.
But I don't see it.
I can
You're
only
right.
see it as
looks
pajamas.
like I have a pair of pajamas that kind of look like that. They're not as nice, I'm sure.
But okay,
what was your other
main one? It's a Heather one.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
when
dying to hear the other Heather
and
one.
Whitney are sitting outside of Whitney's house, and Heather has on this like short skirt with these over the knee leather boots.
They're awful.
They're so bad.
Yeah,
and it's like dress your. And I hate to say it, like
I know
dress your age, but
there is a point where you do need to dress your age.
But even as like when I was young and hot, I wouldn't have.
No.
Dressed in that stupid little like...
And it almost feels like as I think about it...
Was it like plaid or something?
Yeah, and they were like... It was kind of dated too because that folding over of the way the shoe went up to her knee and then cuffed over, it was almost like Robin Hood Men in Tights. Or, you know what I mean? Like there's something like Renaissance fairy about it too that was bad. And they were in those Adirondack chairs so that like her shoes were just front and center.
Yeah.
They should not have been.
That was bad. That was like honestly one of the most memorable Housewives.
It's distracting
outfits.
I agree.
When I think of Housewives history.
Yeah. I forgot about those boots because I think I just blocked them. They were bad. Okay. What was your best outfit?
This is easy for me. Meredith's reunion dress.
Oh, yeah.
Because they look like orange curtains from the 70s.
Okay, I'm telling you, my parents had a chair in that color.
They probably did, because doesn't it just
we
look
had it
like
for years
from the 70s?
Yes.
Like some kind of house.
I can picture the feel.
I know. Like, it just this cool color, the way it draped on her.
It fit her nicely.
It was so different. I loved it.
It was very different. I think you're right. I really liked the reunion look that Dana wore. It was the Alpha Alu. It had a cape, and me, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a cape. I want to see the cape. But it really embraced her heritage, like her Asian American heritage, and I loved that about it. I loved the accessories. It felt so Dana, and it felt like nobody else could wear it, and nobody else could pull it off. And so it just was made for her.
Yeah.
And I love it when it doesn't look like something anybody could wear. It looks like something only that person could really pull off. And I was all there for that. What do you hope to see next season?
More Brooks Marks, please.
That's an amazing answer. I should just throw mine out. That's the answer. I do hope that the girls get to travel out of the country now that Jen is gone.
Yes.
I feel like
I'm sick of seeing Arizona.
I mean, they haven't even hit the East Coast of the United States. Like, they have been nowhere.
Yeah, like, why couldn't they go
I think
Hawaii?
I think that Jen wasn't allowed to travel outside of a certain area. No, the game serious. I think they were like, you have a 200-mile radius.
And then your ankle bracelet.
She had a
like
secret
beeps.
ankle bracelet. Now I'm wondering. Let's go back and look for bulky pants. Was she wearing a swimsuit? Was she out of the water?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I want to see some cool exotic locations.
Yeah. I just think they deserve it. I feel like they've gone 3 seasons. They were in COVID lockdown.
I know.
They were in Jen Shaw lockdown. Like they haven't gotten to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, also, who's coming next season?
Oh,
that's the other answer.
Mary Cosby.
Yes. So even though she is a complete and utter loose cannon, we're here for it.
She's entertaining.
I mean, she's like the opposite of Jen, but still brings like that kooky energy. But like,
yes,
but there's more of a believability to Mary Cosby. I think
because I don't think she's. I think she's just as crazy.
I think
like,
she
believes all of her crazy.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I think she is who she is in her
exactly.
craziness. Because people just like her. I think it'll be exciting to see.
Yeah.
Okay, thinking about Brooks Marks, that's a good segue. So we said we would do our little Brooks Marks segment. So he is, of course, the son of Meredith and Seth. He graduated NYU, which is very cool. He didn't come out at first on the show, and I thought that was nice to see. Like, he really said, like, I will do it when I'm ready on my timetable. So I think there's just this sweetness about Brooks Marks. There's this believability. There's like there's just a genuine likability about him. Like, his parents embarrass him. They annoy him. Yeah. I love seeing that for some reason. Maybe
he seems like a good kid.
He
like,
just does seem like a good
I just
kid.
want him to be successful. Yeah. He's like one of those people I'm just rooting for him.
And in a way, he's a little Meredith. Like, you can kind of see they have some similar face things, and he's annoyed. Like, when they're both annoyed at Seth at the same time, there's just something so lovable about like, and so the other thing is, so when we first saw his fashion show, right? I think initially we were like, Like, I remember at that time that your daughter had these pants that were kind of similar.
Yeah, the ones from Walmart with the stripes on the side. Yeah,
I think it said like brave or something. I don't know. Wasn't it like some sort of?
What did it say?
I forget. It was like some sort of positive message.
Yeah, be strong.
Yeah, and so initially we were kind of like, okay, whatever. But then I think it's genius what he's done. The more I think about it, because it's so simple, and yet at the same time he's parlayed his parents, visibility on the show into creating this design that gets his name out there. It's simple, it's comfortable, it works. It's brilliant, like in its simplicity.
Well, and sometimes like the best hoodie, it seems simple, but something about it is the best.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He said to Page 6, like, I was definitely inspired to create a universal brand that could be appealing to everybody. Right now, my main priority in fashion is comfort. So aside from my clothing being comfortable to wear, I want people to feel comfortable in it. The tracksuit isn't just for one body. It's really genderless, and it's for everyone. And I think that's totally true, because when you do think about like your favorite sweatshirt, it's often one you've stolen from the man in your life,
Yeah.
And I like that idea that fashion doesn't have to fit in that frame of just men's fashion or women's fashion. Like, I like that idea.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about that at the time either, but he did just sort of have that focus of like, it's for everybody.
And I really like that quote where he said, it's not about being comfortable to wear. I want you to feel comfortable in it. That's really interesting.
It is. I don't think the fashion designers always say that.
It's basically like he wants you to feel good and
it feels like you could say in your own skin, even.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
In your skin. I like that about him. Like, I feel like he cares about us.
I know.
And I think that's
Do you care enough to send us a hoodie?
Yeah, a free one. We do enjoy the black with the white stripe and the red writing, but we really love the white with the rainbow writing.
Yes.
The Pride collection is.
Please send us. I want the rainbow one.
We love it. So we do own one piece of Brooks Marks merch, though.
Okay, so we were looking.
You do. I don't know if I do.
At his website, and I knew Caitlin wanted to buy a hoodie, but she wasn't going to. It was like $80, and I wasn't going to. So I bought Brooks Marks masks, and I think I got them for her birthday. But I was afraid she would buy them,
which is a legit fear.
Because that is, I could totally picture Caitlin being like, I ordered the Brooks Marks mask. So I felt bad. I had to tell her and be like, okay, I bought this. Please do not order it. And they were just like black masks and said Brooks Marks.
They were kind of like the mask version of the tracksuit,
exactly.
Right? And what's cool is they also came in like a little case, like a little plastic case that says Brooks Marks. I keep putting all my masks
and
in that case.
And it came very nicely in a nice box with like nice
There was
paper.
a ribbon, remember?
Yeah, it was
Brooks Marks ribbon.
Very nicely packaged.
Beautifully packaged. Love it. So what's funny is I was like afraid to wear the mask because it felt like my first like real piece of fashion or something. I don't know. And so like I kept not wearing it because I didn't want to lose it. And so finally I was like, I'm going to the allergist because I was getting my allergy shots. I'm going to wear the mask. So I wear it in there. I'm all like proud of myself. I'm thinking like, I wonder if there's any Housewives fans. I didn't get any looks, so probably not. I go out, we go to get in the car, and you called me and you were like, oh, TJ Maxx has this amazing, it was like that heated hair straightener brush thing. Yeah. And I was so excited. So I drive across town to get it. I get there and I go in, I buy the thing, come back out, and I'm like, where's my mask? I'm like, oh my God, my Brooks Marks mask. Like, and now I'm starting to panic. I don't want to tell you I lost it. I don't want to have lost it. So I'm looking all around the parking lot. I'm like, people probably think I'm crazy. If like a leaf rolls, I'm like chasing it. I'm like, no, that's not the mask. So I'm like, oh, I left it at the allergist. So I drive back across town over to the allergist. And as I'm like pulling into the parking lot, I see like this black fabric on a bush and I'm like, oh, I found it. I found the mask. Oh my God. So I get out of the car and I run over and it's kind of stuck. So I'm like pulling on it and then I pull on the side and I'm like, that's kind of damp. That's weird. Whatever. And I'm like, but I can't see the Brooks side. So I pull it out and then I realize this is not my Brooks mark. This is just somebody's black mask. It's the middle of like, COVID fear. And I'm like, well, this is how I go.
And they sneezed.
I go, but at least I went trying to save my Brooks marks. Anyway, I never found it. The story has a bad ending. Yeah. Oh. I did not get a COVID from it, though.
No, that's good.
That's the good part. But
if someone out there is wearing a Brooks
probably. Or like a bunny has it.
Or like a bunny.
Or like a bird has it in its nest. You know how they grab
that'd
stuff?
Be adorable.
It says Brooks marks on the side.
Brooks marks.
I love that for that robin. All right, so coming up next is the moment I know everyone's been waiting for. We, with our limited tequila knowledge, are going to judge Vida tequila. And I think we might make your husband sit in and try it too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We are going to fill up our shot glasses, which happen to be measuring cup shot glasses. That is how cool we are. And we will taste the Vida.
Okay.
Okay. We are sitting here with Lisa's Vida tequila in front of us. We know nothing about tequila. So we did a little research and on ale sessions.com, they gave us a list of the rules to look for with tequila when you're looking at what is a good tequila brand. So their rule number 1 is that you always source a tequila that is 100% blue agave. This bottle says 100% agave. Mm-hmm. Do you know what agave is?
It just said it's from a cactus?
It is. I think it's like the leaves of the cactus. Like they squeeze it out. Like it's actually from a cactus. This is cactus juice. Alcoholic cactus juice.
So they like take the leaves and like steep them like tea? I just don't understand alcohol.
Like my theory is that it drips out like maple syrup, but I don't know.
And then you just drink it. So you can drink.
But no, because it's not. You have to turn it into alcohol. Like you have to let it sit for a little while.
Yeah, that's always. I've never really understood
magic. All right, number 2 rule is don't confuse color with quality. So what would you say the color of this is?
I feel like it's sort of a yellowish gold.
I think it's gold, yeah.
I think it's a little more yellow than gold, but yeah, it's in that vein.
You said sunflower? I like that.
Yeah, it's very see-through. It's extremely clear.
It is. I mean, it's got color to it, but I don't feel like it's added in color. And the reason I say that is so rule number 3 is that know which style of tequila works for you. This is a reposado, which is a tequila aged between 2 months to a year in oak barrels, which not only gives it a slight gold hue. So I would say that is coming from that. But it also cuts down on the bite and drinks more smoothly. So when I used to work in a winery, but when the wine is put on oak versus on like a metal, it's a lot smoother. It's a lot cleaner. It picks up more flavor, like more of an aged flavor, but at the same time, it's not as like bitey and young as things that have sat on metal. So like when you think about like the alcohol we probably drank in college, that was probably all like from metal and like real bitey and real sharp. So I'm expecting this to be smoother, right? I don't know. Price is, rule number 4 is price does not dictate quality. We paid about $55.99 for it on the website. Then with shipping and everything?
Shipping was like $16.50. So all in, it was like $72 and change.
So that isn't, it's probably the most we've ever spent.
Exactly. I could have brought a bookmark.
Oh my!
I could have bought a bookmark.
Oh, yeah, let's not put it that way. That makes me feel sad. Just because everyone can't see the beautifulness of it. We could have tasted the sweatshirt.
Lick the sweatshirt.
I'm getting qualities. I don't know if this is on oak. Rule number 5 is never ever buy tequila with a worm. I think that's a given. I absolutely forgot that was a thing, and I'm not buying a tequila with a worm. I'm not buying anything with a worm on purpose. Okay. Shall we smell it first?
Yes.
Smells like alcohol.
It just smells like alcohol to me. Yeah. But all alcohol to me is kind of the same.
What's funny is I actually thought this would smell like a really different alcohol, but it kind of smells like brandy to me. It kind of... okay.
It just smells like college.
Shall we bottoms up? Okay, bottoms. We're just taking a sip.
We're not taking a shot. We're doing a sip.
No, we're just doing a sip. Ooh. Okay, it's smoother than I thought it would be.
It's smooth.
I mean, it's still hard alcohol.
It burns.
So it burns. But I think you want it to burn.
It's like a smooth burn.
It's like a smooth burn.
It's not as bad as I thought.
No. What it tastes like to me is Chardonnay. So Chardonnay is like a wine that's often put on oak, and it kind of gets that smoky. It tastes like the alcoholic version of Chardonnay.
You're right.
Are you getting fruity? Like something said it could be real fruity.
No.
Or even like sugary from the agave. I'm not either.
No.
But I
never
imagine
understand
sugary
that
sweet would be bad. Kind of like SoCo or something.
I also just ate watermelon, so...
but I think watermelon margaritas are a thing, right?
Yeah, but my mouth is probably like, watermelon sweet. This is not sweet or fruity.
This doesn't taste like watermelon.
This doesn't taste like watermelon.
Well, I had Diet Coke last time. But I feel like it would be okay with Lisa to put the tequila in the Diet Coke, right? I mean, I feel like she'd be all about that,
I think
no?
so. I think I should do that try it? When I get my breakfast Diet Coke every day.
Don't put the tequila in your breakfast Diet Coke.
Thomas.
We're going to make you taste it.
Gotta drink the tequila.
Okay, we're going to get the male perspective.
He's eating a lollipop.
So we're just like the worst tasters.
Why are you eating they're left over from my daughter's birthday party goodie bags.
Yeah. Ale Sessions thought they didn't have to mention that, probably.
Yeah. Oh, he just shot it.
Ooh.
It's pretty smooth. I'm not much of a tequila drinker, but I wouldn't say it has a ton of flavor, but being warm, it's pretty smooth for sure. And is
it supposed to be cold?
Should it be cold?
I always like my liquor cold.
I like vodka cold.
When I'm shooting it.
Yeah.
If I'm drinking it as a drink, then it warms. But
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I kind of get a brandy vibe, because like brandy you often drink warm.
Yeah.
So if this was colder, it might taste more like vodka to us, honestly.
Yeah. Huh.
But like made from a cactus.
But it's good with the sucker.
It's good with sucker. Yeah, you're probably just tasting the lollipop all the time.
Yeah, but now his sucker's more enjoyable because he had a shot of tequila before. It's like grown-up lollipop.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, well, that is our tasting on Vida tequila. I would recommend people, if you want to spend that much on tequila, I guess I would say buy it. Or if you want to support Lisa.
If you want to support Lisa, yeah. I mean,
then she won't have to do anything of those rumors. She'll be good. Like,
she won't need any favors.
If you don't want to hear about the rumors anymore, buy it. We don't want her to have to crowdsource anymore. Oh, gosh,
at the stage in our life.
At the stage. Whereas us at our stage in our life, we're drinking tequila out of a measuring cup that I purchased not to be shot glasses, but for my child's birthday. We lead very different lives than the Housewives, but we still love and appreciate them. All right, well, cheers to season 3 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed our episode, please subscribe. And if you'd like to help support us, please share this podcast with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and a review. Thanks again, and remember to stay out of the shade.